Up over here first. Let me see what it looks like. Yeah, just give it a second there. Last time we did that, Tanner went in manually. He never did do anything. It just eventually came on. So it's like loading, or it's trying to get there. So yeah. So if you don't see anything soon, let me know. But yeah, when that happens, it's happened once before. It's like a little bit of the delay. Okay, so Josh got the Pearl Jam. So the Crocus Headhunter, back to this one. The pre-order for that was Terry Myers, William Condrey, Richard Davis, Greg Rogers, Darren Wortman, Clint Howard, and J.J. Wilson. That is Crocus Headhunter, 40th anniversary, limited, numbered, colored vinyl. Got some low numbers too. That one's number 85. Crocus Headhunter, $44.99. I've got 2 copies of Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication. The waiting list for Red Hot Chili Peppers was Kevin Tays and Philip Regaldo. That is the waiting list for Red Hot Chili Peppers. Philip R. and Kevin Tays. I've already got you down for one of those. Greg Hagewood wants a Crocus Headhunters. That's sold to Greg Hagewood. Greg, making sure you were not on the pre-order. You weren't. I have 2 Crocus left, 2 Red Hot Chili Peppers. Wasp Inside the Electric Circus. Wasp Inside the Electric Circus. That is $39.99. Wasp Inside the Electric Circus. Bob, we just got started. This is the first crate. We're 5 records deep. I've only got one of these. Wasp Inside the Electric Circus, $39.99. Kevin Black Fox on Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication. That is sold to Kevin Black Fox. I have one of those left as well. Fleetwood Mac's Greatest Hits, $31.99. Fleetwood Mac's Greatest Hits, $31.99. That is the 8-time Platinum Collection, 13 of Fleetwood Mac's Greatest Hits. Rhiannon, Don't Stop, Go Your Own Way, Hold Me, Everywhere, Gypsy, As Long As You Follow, Say You Love Me, Dreams, Sarah Tusk, and No Questions Asked. Trez Dabney wants one of those. Sell one of those to Trez, and I have one left if anybody else wants one of those. Tool, Lollapalooza. That is an unofficial live Tool broadcast or a concert from Dallas, Lollapalooza, 1993. We have a waiting list for that. I think it was just one person, James Bragg. James Bragg, I've already got you down for a Tool Lollapalooza, but there is another one if anybody else wants one. Gloria Bowers, also on Fleetwood Mac. That's sold to Gloria. I need to order some more of those, as usual. This is another Pearl Jam unofficial. This is live. Their concert from Fox Theater in Atlanta, Georgia, 1994. These are $24.99 for Pearl Jam Live. And James Bragg was on the waiting list for that one. So, James, I got you a Pearl Jam, and I've got you a Tool, both of those live unofficials. Pearl Jam's $24.99. Yeah, this is a great, just like hits. Dissident, Better Man, Daughter, Rearview Mirror, Even Flow, Jeremy Black, and Alive. $24.99. This is another Lynyrd Skynyrd hits comp. So we had Lynyrd Skynyrd's innards. We got Lynyrd Skynyrd collected, and here's another one, and it's the only one I have in stock right now that's in kind of hits. That's Lynyrd Skynyrd Icon. Lynyrd Skynyrd Icon is $29.99. That's a 2 LP live Lynyrd Skynyrd. And look, they're doing Freebird as well, live at Fox Theater. That's a 2 LP. That's Lynyrd Skynyrd Icon. Cameron Nance wants one, and so does Vicky Wiley. So there's really like 3 Lynyrd Skynyrd comps that are available. We always get collected from Music on Vinyl. There's Lynyrd Skynyrd innards, and then there's Icon. And I think there's some other ones that's not in print or was made a long time ago, but that's it on that. So those go to Cameron Nance and Vicky Wiley. Dwayne, if it's okay, we'll put you on a waiting list. It's only Monday night, so we'll be able to get some more of those in. Judas Priest, Unleashed in the East. Judas Priest, $28.99 for Unleashed in the East. I have 3 of those. Judas Priest, Unleashed in the East. I've got 3 of those available. I don't think there was a waiting list for that. Wasp, The Best of the Rest. Wasp, 2 LP, $46.99 for Wasp, The Best of the Best. Dale Cooper on Judas Priest. Sell that to Dale Cooper. And I'm going to go ahead and put up some Japanese auctions. We had a whole crate we brought out last night, or I guess Saturday night, that we never did get started on. So let me go ahead and start running some of those. I've got a Cars Heartbeat City, and I got a Bryan Adams Reckless. We sold a lot of Bryan Adams the other night, but this is a very popular album from him as well. Scott Snee wants a Pearl Jam Fox Theater. Scott Snee, you get a Pearl Jam Fox Theater. That's sold to you. Okay, so first two Japanese auctions is Bryan Adams Reckless. This is going to be a $35 start for Bryan Adams Reckless. As you would expect, near mint, pristine, Japanese vinyl. This has Run to You and Heaven there on side one, two of his biggest hits. Here's the Japanese insert, two-page flip with lyrics, and a near mint cover and obi. Overall, this is a near mint minus record. We're talking cover, insert, vinyl, everything. Eric Beck's in at $35. I've also got the Cars Heartbeat City with obi, near mint, pristine, Japanese vinyl. This is also a $35 start. The Cars Heartbeat City, $35 start. There's the near mint LP. There's the original inner sleeve with lyrics. There is the Japanese insert, and once again, a flawless cover with obi. That's another top copy, the Cars Heartbeat City. So Bryan Adams and the Cars up for auction. We got a $40 bid so far on Bryan Adams. Wasp Live in the Raw. Wasp, another 2 LP, $46.99. Gold and Platinum. Yes, Gold and Platinum was the original Lynyrd Skynyrd comp. Eddie is correct. I don't think they've actually repressed that on new vinyl in quite some time. That'd be a cool thing, though, for them to bring that back. Then there would be 4 Lynyrd Skynyrd comps in print. Steve Miller Band's Greatest Hits, $36.99. All of the Steve Miller Band hits is on that. And we have the Notorious B.I.G. Greatest Hits, $36.99. Notorious B.I.G. That's also a 2 LP. Def Leppard Hysteria is $49.99. 2 LP remaster. A fantastic sounding record. Soundgarden Super Unknown is $49.99. And Rush, the first American broadcast, 1974. That's a 2 LP white vinyl, $44.99 on Rush. We had 3 people on the wait list for that. Mitchell Thomas, Paul Brothers, and Hector Patino. Cameron Nance wants Notorious. That's sold to Cameron Nance. High bid on Bryan Adams is $42 with Eric Beck. And we've got a couple copies of that Live Rush Unofficial still available. Here's the other new music on vinyl title. We already showed Crocus. Hanoi Rocks, 2 Steps from the Move. This is limited to 2,000 on red vinyl, numbered on the back. These are also $44.99 for Hanoi Rocks, 2 Steps from the Move. The pre-order for that was Greg Rogers, Ted Mindpiece, Dwayne Sevilla, Vic Nateki, Jay Condi, Kevin Jordan, and Jared Benoit. Greg Rogers, Ted Mindpiece, Dwayne Sevilla, Vic Nateki, Jay Condi, Kevin Jordan, and Jared Benoit. That was the pre-order for Hanoi Rocks. If anybody else wants one of those, new reissue release from Music on Vinyl. Iron Maiden, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, is $36.99, and Wasp, Headless Children, $39.99. Final call on the Bryan Adams. Eric Beck has that for $42. $42 for Bryan Adams. Eric Beck has that. That's going twice, going 3 times. Ken Crooker wants a Headless Children. Mark Shelton's in on the Bryan Adams at $44. And what was the Crocus? The Crocus was Headhunter. And that is, Clint, you were on the pre-order for that. So I've already got you down for one. That will be on the next Monday's invoice. 2 more of the Albert King with Stevie Ray Vaughan. Stevie Ray Vaughan and Albert King, $34.99. I've got 2 of those on hand. Debbie Blair was on the waiting list for that. So Debbie, that will be on your next invoice. And we got a restock of the Arcade Fire Funeral. Arcade Fire Funeral. Gloria Bowers, you were on the waiting list for that, and Dwayne Sevilla. Dwayne Sevilla. So I've already got y'all down for one of those. Cameron Nance gets a Albert King. That's sold to Cameron Nance. Several new bidders now on Bryan Adams. High bid is Eric Beck at $51. And we have a final call on if anybody wants to get in on the Cars Heartbeat City for just a $35 start. And this is beyond a top copy. I don't know if I even want to do a buy it now for $35 on it. I might have to keep that one. That's very, very nice. Let's see. Let's see. Joey Garland, Jamie Butler, Tanner is working on messages and invoice corrections as we speak. So he is, I think, still sending invoices. I'm not 100% sure, but if your first name, first letter is high in the alphabet, then he's probably now just getting your invoice, and then he's going to start on messages and invoice corrections all night tonight, and then probably tomorrow. So usually Monday and Tuesday are big invoice correction and message days, where we send out hundreds of invoices. We usually mistag a couple records, which means if one gets mistagged, then it means somebody's missing it from theirs or something. So we usually have several invoices to correct, get stuff swapped, added, subtracted. So that's what's going on right now. Okay, Joey, the Iron Maiden was $36.99. Iron Maiden was $36.99. Chris Benoit. Yeah. Benoit. Jared Benoit. I can say that. Jared Benoit. Got it. Brian Adams, 52. This is Albert King with Stevie Ray Vaughan, $34.99. Albert King and B.B. King are different. That is two. Yes, those are different. Cars 35, Cars 35, Cars 36, Cars 37, Cars 38, and Arcade Fire. So if you're just hopping on, we got a late start, 9 o'clock start here in Lebanon. We're going to go through new arrivals, or at least as much as we can, probably for a couple hours. We didn't want to not have a show altogether. We get way too much new stuff in every day not to have some kind of show. So we'll be here for a couple hours. You're going to see all new arrivals. Hope everybody can stay with us. And I've got a whole nother crate of new vinyl. I have 8 crates of vintage arrivals. I don't know how much of that we're going to get to go through, but we'll try as much as possible. All right, so one more. If you're just hopping on, you have not missed much. This is the first bin. Blink-182, Enema of the State, $36.99. The new Crocus Headhunter from Music on Vinyl, $44.99. Crocus Headhunter, $44.99. That's a new release we had a pre-order for. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication, $41.99. Wasp, Inside the Electric Circus, $39.99. Tool, Lollapalooza, $38.99. Pearl Jam Live at Fox Theater, Atlanta, colored vinyl, unofficial, $24.99. Judas Priest, Unleashed in the East, $28.99. High bid on the Cars is $38 of Greg Baldwin, and the high bid on Brian Adams is Jim Nelson at $52. That's Jim Nelson. That's Brian Adams' Reckless, and the Cars Heartbeat City. Let's see. I missed a couple things. Let's see. Jared Benoit said yes. What was the Hanoi Rocks price? That was $44.99. $44.99. Jim Nelson, $38 on the Cars. What was the Headless Children? That was Wasp. I think we've already sold it. I can get you another one. That was Wasp, Headless Children, $39.99. Which pressing is the Maiden? Mike Potter. Did somebody claim this? Joey wants it. Joey asked about this, and it looks like he's going to claim it. But Mike Potter, this is the U.S. version. This is the Iron Maiden, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, new sealed U.S. version. And if you want one, let me know. I'll have to put you on a waiting list. But that one is sold to Joey Garland. That's sold to Joey Garland. Did somebody get a Steve Miller Band Greatest Hits? Okay, I pulled that out instead of Iron Maiden earlier for Joey Garland. So yes, Joey Garland got the Iron Maiden. I don't know why I pulled out Steve Miller Band. Cars 38. Here we go. So yeah, Joey got Iron Maiden. Rich Recor on the Blink-182. Rich Recor on the Blink-182. Ryan Foster wants the Tool Lollapalooza. George Ellis on the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Sherry Darnell on the last Pearl Jam Fox Theater. And that's where we're at on that. Thanks for getting YouTube working. No problem. No problem. Okay. So the only thing I need a waiting list for is Eric S. on the Tool Lollapalooza. Eric only had one of those. If you're okay with a waiting list, I'll have that in. It will be on this next invoice just like you're buying it tonight. High bid on the Cars. Jim Nelson, it is now you. Let me go over our auctions one more time since there's looks like people now just hopping on. We have Cars, Heartbeat City. This is a perfect copy. There's no wear on the cover, no aging spots, nothing. Heartbeat City has the Obi insert, original inner sleeve, lyrics, near mint minus vinyl. High bid on that is $41 with Jim Nelson. Bryan Adams, Reckless, same story. A near mint copy overall. Cover, Obi, insert, vinyl. That is at $56 with Eric Beck. Put Eric S. on the Tool Lollapalooza waiting list. And Martin Pryor wants Judas Priest, Unleashed in the East. That's sold to Martin Pryor. Okay, so Steve Miller Band is available. That's Steve Miller Band's greatest hits, $36.99. Wasp, The Best of the Best, $46.99. That's 2 LP. And Wasp Live in the Raw is $46.99. Def Leppard Hysteria, $49.99 for Def Leppard Hysteria. Soundgarden Super Unknown, $49.99 for Soundgarden Super Unknown. Rush Live Unofficial, white vinyl, $44.99, the first American broadcast. Agora Ballroom, Cleveland, Ohio, that's $44.99. Then we had the new Hanoi Rocks, that's limited numbered colored vinyl from Music on Vinyl, $44.99. I've got 3 of those left. I still have Crocus as well, $44.99. The Stevie Ray Vaughan and Albert King, $34.99. And Arcade Fire Funeral, $28.99. Arcade Fire, really cool cover, $28.99. Arcade Fire Funeral. That is the story on our first crate of new vinyl. Let me run through those one more time. Arcade Fire, Stevie Ray Vaughan and Albert King, Hanoi Rocks, Rush, Soundgarden, Def Leppard, Wasp, Steve Miller Band, Judas Priest, Wasp, and Crocus. Those are all available for sale. We've got our first 2 Japanese auctions still up for bid and bidding, and I'm going to grab our first crate of new vintage arrivals. New vintage arrivals. We got some good stuff here. I've got 8 crates. I doubt we go through everything tonight. I'm going to go through as much as we can, though. High bid on Bryan Adams is $65. The cars haven't had any action in a while. I'm going to go ahead and do a final call on that. Jim Nelson has the Heartbeat City for $41. Final call. Jim Nelson's at 67. He says he's here all night, Eric. He's here all night. We might have a war for Bryan Adams, it looks like. Okay. Let's go ahead and go through the new vintage arrival crate I have here. I don't know what's in here. We're about to find out. We have Having a Wild Weekend, the Dave Clark 5 in shrink wrap, $12.99. Looks like a new copy. In shrink wrap, $12.99. Having a Wild Weekend, Dave Clark 5. Price on Wasp Circus, that was $39.99, B Smoker. $39.99. Dave Clark 5, Try Too Hard. $14.99, also in shrink wrap. Very nice copy. If you're looking for some upgrades in your Dave Clark 5 collection, there you have it. I'm about to sell the Cars, just FYI. The Cars is about to be sold. Dave Clark 5, more greatest hits, $12.99. $12.99 for the Dave Clark 5's greatest hits. Mike Post, I will put you on the waiting list for Wasp Headless Children. Think you can do that for me, Seth? Wasp Headless Children, Mike Post. Electronic Sound, $29.99. This is George Harrison, Electronic Sound. Really clean copy on the Zapple label, $29.99. George Harrison, Electronic Sound. Ringo Starr, Stop and Smell the Roses. This is a sealed copy. Sealed from 1981, $34.99. And Wings Over America. Paul McCartney and Wings, triple LP. Very nice. $39.99. Bryan Adams is at $75. I am going to go ahead and sell the Cars, though. Jim Nelson gets the Cars for $41. I'm going to lay that right there. That's sold to Jim Nelson. Let me go ahead and grab our next Japanese auction, which I've got Santana, Doobie Brothers, U2, T-Rex, Allman Brothers, Elton John, Loudness, Van Halen, Sex Pistols, Doobie Brothers. How about Fleetwood Mac Live? Fleetwood Mac Live. Don't get this one as often as, well, we really don't get a lot of Fleetwood Mac Japanese pressings in general. What's that? Yeah. Yeah, this is like something we don't get very often. Fleetwood Mac Live. Near mint, pristine Japanese vinyl. There's 1 LP. There's 2. There's the original inner sleeve with lyrics. And we have another extremely nice cover with Obi. Yeah, no wear, no aging spots, not even any dings on the corners. That's a $65 start. Fleetwood Mac live. High bid on Bryan Adams is $75 with Jim Nelson going twice, going 3 times. Okay. Madonna, Dress You Up, $12.99, 12-inch maxi single. Rowan and Martin's Laugh In, $19.99. Rowan and Martin's Laugh In, $19.99. The Esquires, Get On Up, $19.99. Get On Up and Get Away by the Esquires. Very nice copy, $19.99. George Harrison Dark Horse, $24.99 for George Harrison Dark Horse, $24.99. I Remember, Buddy Holly, Bobby V, $9.99. Isaac Hayes, Hot Buttered Soul. Isaac Hayes, $29.99. Hot Buttered Soul. Dale Hawkins, LA, Memphis, and Tyler, Texas. That is a 1969 promo copy from Dale Hawkins, $49.99. Promotional copy on the label as well. Colin Butler, first to Isaac Hayes. Jim Nelson, we're looking for a final. I'm here trying to find a final word from Mr. Eric Beck. Eric, let me know if you're in or out on Bryan Adams. As soon as you say out, I'm going to sell it to Jim Nelson for $75. Or if I don't hear from you in just a second. Colin Butler, first to Isaac Hayes. John Young, Colin just claimed that. That was $29.99. Eric says he's out. Start on Fleetwood Mac is $65 and it's near mint overall. Jimi Hendrix in concert, $19.99 for Jimi Hendrix. Elvis, Scotty, and Bill, the first year. That's sealed from 1983, $34.99. The King of New Orleans Jazz, Jelly Roll Morton, $14.99 on the Dixieland Jazz, RCA Victor. The Great Roy Acuff, $9.99. Roy Acuff on radio, 1953, $9.99. Talk to Me, Sonny and the Sunliners, $49.99. Roy Edmonds wants Jelly Roll Morton. That's sold to Roy Edmonds. Colin Butler was second. Robert Johnson was third. So Roy on Jelly Roll, and let's sell Bryan Adams for $75 to Jim Nelson. Jim, that is yours. Thank you, Eric, for letting me know you were out. And final call, if anybody wants to get Fleetwood Mac started at $65. If not, I'll make it a bot now in just a moment. Rolling Stone Magazine Productions, guest DJ, show number 32, Rob Halford and Glenn Tipton of Judas Priest. This is $49.99. This is a Rolling Stone Magazine production promo radio broadcast with Rob Halford and Glenn Tipton of Judas Priest. $49.99. That is 3 LPs. The Best of Chet Atkins in shrink wrap, $9.99. The Best of Chet Atkins in shrink, $9.99. Sinatra, Frank Sinatra, The Trilogy, that's a 3 LP compilation, $34.99. And Ringo Starr's Rotogravure, Ringo Starr, $24.99 for Ringo's Rotogravure. And The History of Eric Clapton, $34.99. This is a 2 LP Clapton compilation. Looks beautiful. Nigel Del Rocket, first on Judas Priest. That's sold to Nigel Del Rocket. Dwayne was second. If anybody wants the Fleetwood Mac, it's a buy it now for $65. And overall, near mint copy. And when I say that, that means the cover is, the OB is, the inserts, all of those are near mint. Very nice copy. Fleetwood Mac Live. Clint, I'll sell that to you for $60 if you want it. How could you say no? Actually, the only thing you got to do is say yes. Let's do Loudness and Allman Brothers, which I teased just a second ago. Let's see which ones we have here. Beautiful copy. You'll never, ever have to upgrade again. The Allman Brothers, Brothers and Sisters. Another pressing we don't get too often. Allman Brothers, Brothers and Sisters. This is a $55 start. Near mint, pristine, Japanese vinyl. Take a look at that. Brothers and Sisters. There's the original anti-static. There's the insert. Another lyric insert. That's like what came with the US versions. That's the technical Japanese insert. And we have the cover and Obi. Everything also nice. ABB, the Allman Brothers. That's a $55 start. Then we have Loudness, Shadows of War. Loudness, Shadows of War. This is also a top copy. $45 start on Loudness, Shadows of War. There's the near mint pristine Japanese vinyl. Japanese insert and the cover and the Obi. That is a $45 start on Loudness. $55 if anybody wants to get on the Allman Brothers. And Clint is about to let us know he wants Fleetwood Mac for $60. Crystal Mansion. Yeah, Crystal Mansion. The Crystal Mansion. $29.99. Snoopy and His Friends. The Royal Guardsmen and Vince Guaraldi. Courtesy of Fantasy Records. $19.99. Kissing the Pink. Naked is $9.99 from 1983. The Main Ingredient. Ready for Love featuring Cuba Gooding. Maybe. Sealed, 1980 from 1980. Sealed, 1999 is what I'm trying to say. Godfrey Cambridge, Toys with the World on Epic. Never seen that one before. $9.99. And Cool Velvet, Stan Getz and Strings, a 1961 mono, $24.99. All right, Dwayne's in on Loudness at $45. Roger Ramjets at $55 on the Allman Brothers. Go ahead and sell Clint Howard Fleetwood Mac for $55. Clint, I'm not going to say no to you. That's sold to Clint for $55. Greg Stone gets the Snoopy and His Friends. That's sold to Greg Stone. I do have Days of the New, Eli. Give me 1 second. I'll show you one. And Rydell Martin wants the Main Ingredient. Rydell Martin wants the Main Ingredient. And Dwayne says, never mind on Loudness, he already has it. So we're still now looking for a $45 start on Loudness. And the Allman Brothers, Roger Ramjets at $55, going twice, going three times. Going twice, going three times. Let me show Days of the New before I forget. It's a 2 LP, music on vinyl, which there for a while after these initially came out, I thought it was going to be the most allocated, non-limited pressing that music on vinyl ever did. But I had a feeling they didn't limit these because they knew they were popular. So that is $49.99, Days of the New, 2 LP, available on vinyl for the first time, $49.99. And Colin Butler wants the Godfrey. That's sold to Colin Butler. Final call on Allman Brothers, and final call if anybody wants to get in on the Loudness. Joan Armatrading, To the Limit, $9.99. So Colin on Godfrey and Eli on Days of the New. If anybody else wants one, let me know. Days of the New is $49.99. Saint Etienne, maybe. That is a 1983 UK, $9.99. The World in Sound, 1971. The World in Sound, 1971, $14.99. Just a Touch of Love, Slave, $9.99. And Little Jimmy Dickens sings Out Behind the Barn, $9.99. Kevin Squires also wants a Days of the New. Does anybody else? Whoop. While I'm over here pulling these off the bin, I got to take about 10 steps. I get pulling one for Kevin. If anybody else wants one, let me know. They're new, pristine, sealed, music on vinyl pressings. That's Kevin Squires. And let's go ahead and end this auction. We've got Roger Ramjet, $55 on the Allman Brothers, brothers and sisters. That's sold to Roger Ramjet for $55. Brenda, we're looking for a $45 start on Loudness. If it doesn't get a bid in just a moment, I'm going to make that a buy it now. Guess Who's in Town? Bobby Short performed songs of Andy Razoff. $19.99. That is sealed, unopened. And B.B. King, king size. B.B. King, king size is $19.99. It looks unplayed. I'm going to read through that crate one more time and just read you some titles. If you want any prices, let me know. And then I'm going to show our next bin of new vinyl. Roy Edmonds, first on B.B. King. That's sold to Roy Edmonds. Loudness is Brenda's in, $45. That's going twice, going three times. If anybody wants prices in here, just be sure to let me know. Dave Clark 5, Having a Wild Weekend. Dave Clark 5, Try Too Hard. Dave Clark 5, More Greatest Hits. George Harrison, Electronic Sound. Somebody should grab that on the second go around. Ringo Starr, Stop and Smell the Roses. That's sealed. Paul McCartney, Wings Over America. Madonna, Dress You Up. Rowan and Martin's Laugh In. The Esquires, Get On Up. George Harrison, Dark Horse. I Remember Buddy Holly by Bobby V. Dale Hawkins, promo copy. Jimi Hendrix in Concert. Elvis, Scotty, and Bill. The Great Roy Acuff on radio. Sonny and the Sunliners, The Best of Chet Atkins, and Frank Sinatra Trilogy. Let's go ahead and sell Brenda Medina Loudness for $45. And before I finish that crate, I'll go ahead and introduce two new Japanese auctions. Let's see here. I'm going to put up U2 and the Doobie Brothers. U2 and the Doobie Brothers. The Doobie Brothers is an EX copy, so it's not absolutely pristine on the vinyl. But for an EX Japanese pressing, I promise you, it's not bad. Side 1 has a scuff right here. Non-feeler, non-problematic. Side 2 has a light mark right there. Other than that, this is shiny, glossy, and very nice. Doobie Brothers is going to be just a $25 start. This is the Doobie Brothers Stampede. There's the Japanese insert. You get a very nice cover. No foxing or H-spots on this one with Obi. That's a $25 start. U2 War. $65 start for U2 War. $65 start. Vinyl, near mint and pristine. Has the Japanese lyric insert. The Edge, Larry Mullen Jr., Adam Clayton, The Edge, and of course Bono. There's the insert for that. Cover, very nice. Shows very little signs of wear. Has just a couple spots. Very nice. That's a $65 start. That's usually one a lot of people's asking about. Jack, we got Elton John self-titled. Ringo's Rotogravure, The History of Eric Clapton. Crystal Mansion, Kissing the Pink Naked. Cool Velvet, Stan Getz. Joan Armatrading, Saint E. The World of Sound, 1971. Slave, Little Jimmy Dickens. And Guess Who's in Town? Bobby Short. That is all available. That's a first crate of new vintage vinyl. If anybody is interested in that, anything in there, just let me know. I'm going to grab our new crate of new vinyl. Coming up next. 65 on U2, 25 on the Doobie Brothers, if anybody wants in on that. Just a few titles in here, but there's some popular ones. Speaking of U2, we have How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb, $33.99. U2, How to Dismantle Atomic Bomb. I forgot this had Vertigo on it and City of Blinding Lights. There was a couple others in here I hadn't listened to in a long time. We had a used copy come through and I listened to it. $33.99. U2, How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb. We have 3 of those in stock. And a restock of Kiss Unmasked, the 2014 reissue. This is remastered vinyl. It has all the inserts and poster just like the original US pressing did. And we had a waiting list for that. Kiss was Shane Berry, Darren Wortman, and William Lee Murray. Shane Berry, Darren Wortman, and William Lee Murray. That's Kiss Unmasked. Michael Potts wants a U2, How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb. That's sold to Michael Potts. Ken Crooker wants an Unmasked. Paul Brothers wants a U2, and Jerry Stone wants a U2. So out of U2s, if anybody else wants one, let me know. This was out of stock / out of print for a long time. Then we got them about a month ago, and it looks like we got the second repressing batch back in stock. So, what's that? U2s were Michael Potts, Paul Brothers, and Jerry Stone. Yeah. Paul Brothers. Yeah. Paul Brothers. Yeah. Ken Crooker got unmasked. Brenda Medina gets unmasked. And Dave, that is $33.99. Kiss Unmasked is $33.99. Dave also wants one. Okay, we got the 4 Kiss left, unmasked. Finally got the rest of these in. These are an import, so they never come the week of whatever street date I put on these. Pay no attention to it. This is a direct UK import, so you never know. They can show up late, get held up in customs. That's what happens. Just like music on vinyl pressing, sometimes we get them late. It happens quite often. Most people have already got them. I think we got 10 copies. Here's 10 more. So the rest of the waiting list was Troy Robinson, George Buchanan, Stacy Brown, Peter Policino, and Paul Brothers. That was the rest of the waiting list and pre-order. And that is the Now Yearbook 1986, $59.99. Yeah, I mean, this one side is this LP3 side A, Berlin, Take My Breath Away, Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer, Run DMC and Aerosmith, Walk This Way, Robert Palmer, Addicted to Love, Rolling Stones, Harlem Shuffle, The Police, Don't Stand So Close to Me, Simple Minds, All the Things She Said. So yeah, Human League, The Smiths, Talk Talk, Kate Bush, George Michael, Aha, Wham, Kim Wilde, Howard Jones, Simply Red, Spandau Ballet, Doctor and the Medics, Whitney Houston. That's on purple vinyl. Now Yearbook 1986. These are known to get quite pricey for the people who are collecting them. I've sold some 1982, maybe even 1981 on Discogs as much as like 150, 140, 160. That is $59.99. If anybody wants one of those, that is the Now Yearbook 1986. I got Jeff Johnson and Rydell Martin. Seth, that's Retro Class Entertainment, Rydell Martin. You know that one, right? Okay. I'm going to make these Japanese auctions a buy it now. Jim Nelson said, wow, he meant now. So Jim Nelson also wants one. I've got 2 of those left. Triple LP, purple vinyl. That's a UK import. If anybody wants the Doobie Brothers, it's a $25 buy it now. $25 buy it now. And the U2 is a $65 buy it now. $25 and $65. Somebody can grab those now. Mark Shelton was first. They didn't want to bid. They were waiting on the buy it now price. Fred, you were second. That leaves Doobie Brothers for $25 if anybody wants that. Mark Shelton's going to get the U2 War for $65. That's sold to Mark Shelton. Fred second. Eli, you were third. Off is $31.99. I think Gary Samuels, you were on a waiting list for that. You were. Gary Samuels Off. That's their self-titled album. $31.99. And then the new Silverchair releases. I've got Miss You Love and Anna Song, Open Fire. So this is number 10 and number 11. Number 10 and number 11 in a series of 11 Silverchair 12-inch single EPs. And those are $39.99. And Jason Kenton, I've already got your 2 down. William Simmons takes both of these. If anybody else wants these, let me know. They're in stock and they're going to be available until they run out. They only made 1,000. They're numbered on the back and, of course, on colored vinyl. William Simmons takes both. So William Simmons on those. And Stacy Metternich, your Please Mr. Postman came in. I have one more left if anybody wants it. The Marvelettes, Please Mr. Postman. We're not too far away from selling out of a half crate of new vinyl. There's not much left in here. First, Doobie Brothers is just a $25 buy it now Stampede Japanese pressing of that. Let me put up 2 new auctions before I grab a crate of new material to go through, and I recap that one. We have Elton John, and I'm just going to work from the front and work my way back. The next 2 are Elton John and Van Halen. Wow. Yeah. Doesn't it have a sticker on it? No. Yeah, mark it. $39.99, please. Loudness did sell, yes. Jerry Stone takes Please Mr. Postman. Like I said the other night, if you have a near mint original copy of this, you've got a very rare record. Very tough to find that. Marvelette's Please Mr. Postman. That is sold to Jerry Stone. Next 2 Japanese auctions. Not before we go ahead and sell this to Gerard. Mr. Gerard C. Because I don't know the Billy Joel song well enough to pronounce his last name. Ketchatori. Seth said Ketchatori. I think the first time I said Catatori. So Ketchatori. Okay. I'm going to go with Gerard C. So that's his for $25, and Jerry Stone got Please Mr. Postman. Next 2 Japanese auctions. A very special collection. Jack, I was wrong. This is Elton John's A Very Special Collection. Was this on black vinyl? Yeah, this one's black vinyl. Sometimes they come on red. Don't get those as often. A very special collection. That's a Elton John hits. It's got hits. It's also got what I consider some deep cuts because they're UK only singles, early stuff. There's the original inner sleeve. M. Erica wrote her name on it, and she said that was Elton John. Thank you, Erica. We have a gatefold cover with Obi. This doesn't show much signs of wear. This doesn't show much signs of wear. Very nice with Obi, and that's a $45 start on Elton John. $45 start on Elton John. Van Halen is a $65 start. We have in our hands a near mint, pristine Japanese pressing of Van Halen 1984. If you don't have one of these already, fantastic. 1984, Jump, and Panama. First tracks on side one. There's the original Japanese insert. 1984, all these Van Halen Japanese pressings sound fantastic. At one time or another, I've listened to their entire discography as we've got these in from Japan. That's a $65 start for Van Halen. Elton John's a $45. So the only thing left in here is 4 copies of Kissed Unmasked. That's the 2014 remaster. In 2014, that's when the Kiss catalog went under a vinyl remaster. Those are the exact pressings that are still in stock or still in print, and these are exact replicas of the originals, meaning they've replicated the inserts, the posters. That is $33.99. We have Now, Yearbook, 1986, triple LP, purple vinyl, $59.99, and then Off is $31.99. That was the only thing left in there. Kiss, Now, and Off. I'm going to put those over here with the other part of tonight's new vinyl, which there wasn't much left in the first crate either. Let me go through a new crate. Oh, there's one other thing down in here. I see it in the front of the crate. Rush. Y'all know we can't go through a night without having new Rush something. This is the self-titled first album on CD. $14.99, and we actually had a waiting list for that. Francis Drennan, I went to order more that night, and they were gone, but it looks like we've got more in. Francis Drennan, I got you down for a Rush self-titled CD. If anybody else wants one of those, let me know. Jim Nelson has Van Halen for $65. That's going twice, going 3 times. If you happen just to hop on, we didn't get started till 9, so you hadn't missed a whole lot. We're about to go through some more new arrivals, vintage arrivals, and we're going to probably wrap up about 11 regardless of how much we've got knocked out, mostly because we got a late start, and we're kind of going, the back room's about to go under, or actually the whole store is about to go under a remodel, especially our back room, and I'm going to spend the rest of the night working on the back room, which means that's going to be a big project. So I've got, counting this, I got 7 crates of new vintage arrivals to go through. Whatever we don't get through tonight, especially as it gets later, guess what? We're going to be having shows Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 6 more shows again this week. 6 more shows again this week. Van Halen, Final Call 65, and Elton John, Final Call 45. Do you sleep? Yes. A little. It's actually, I had trouble today. That's why we got, not only is Tanner not here, but I didn't fall asleep till much later in the afternoon, and I just basically took a nap, is what it felt like to me. So, the Blasters is $19.99. The Blasters. $19.99. Very nice copy. Ray Campy, Rockabilly Rebellion, $14.99. Robert Gordon, Bad Boy, Robert Gordon, $14.99. Whitesnake, Slide It In. Boy, this looks like a nice copy. Whitesnake, original inner sleeve, Slide It In, $34.99. I can't get the vinyl out, but yeah, very nice copy, $34.99. Whitesnake, Slide It In. Eli's at 68 on Van Halen. I was coming over here to end those in about 5 more records, or 2 more records. Jim, you're out on Van Halen. Eli's in at 68. We got several of these. This is the Authentic Sound Effects. They're all sealed, I think, or at least this one is. Authentic Sound Effects Volume 7. That's $19.99. Let me see which other ones. I got Volume 6, 7, 4, 9, 3, 3, 9, 4, 6, 7. Those are authentic sound effects. Some of them are open, some of them are sealed. Actually, 4 of them are open and 1 of them sealed. Those are all available. White Snake is sold to Grant Peltzer. White Snake, Slide It In. That's sold to Grant Peltzer. The 2 auctions are Van Halen, which all of a sudden has got a revival in bids. That is Van Halen 1984, and overall, the vinyl's near mint minus, the cover getting very close to it. Very, very, very few signs of wear or any kind of flaw on that one. And then we have the Elton John, a very special collection, gatefold with Obi, also near mint minus vinyl. That's Elton John hits, early hits, and what I call UK singles. Country Music's Top 20, $14.99 in shrink wrap. Robert Gordon with Link Ray, $14.99. Ross Tompkins, Lost in the Stars, $14.99. Ross Tompkins, Lost in the Stars, $14.99. Charlie Rich, Very Special Love Songs, a quad pressing, a quadraphonic pressing, $19.99. Guitar Boogie, Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, and Jimmy Page, $24.99. The Best of Eric Clapton. This is a Polydor Special Golden Series. Looks like a UK press, $29.99. Very nice. Let It Rain, Any Day, Layla, After Midnight, Little Wing, $29.99. Stickers in Van Halen. I don't think Van Halen came with stickers. I don't think Van Halen came with stickers. High bid on Van Halen is 72, by the way. Allison Campbell wants the country comp, and Michael Nath on the Guitar Boogie comp. Those are sold and sold. Allison Campbell and Michael Nath. Rock and Roll Heart, Lou Reed, $34.99 for Lou Reed. Bing Crosby, That's What Life is All About. Bing Crosby, $9.99. We have Bob James Heads, a Japanese press, $34.99. That's from the Dallas collection. I remember seeing that when I was boxing stuff up. It's easy to spot Obies when you're boxing up records. $34.99 on that. That's a Japanese press. Joy Division, Auto Suggestion, Demo and Radio Recordings. We might have to put this up for auction. Joy Division, Auto Suggestion. I've never seen this before. How about we take Elton John off the table? $25 start on Joy Division. How about we take Elton John off the table and make him a buy it now for $45 if anybody wants Elton. And Joy Division, Auto Suggestion, Demos and Radio Recordings. And I'm not for sure. It looks like a German. Looks like maybe some kind of German unofficial. Joy Division's $25 start. Final call on Van Halen because Eli has says out. I put the wrong address when paying invoice. If you send us a message, make sure you send us a message. Doug will see it when he's processing your order for shipping, or Ed. We got Ed shipping now. Ed and Doug, they're shipping like crazy. I see, if y'all could see all the mail I see in the back, there should have been a lot of tracking numbers went out today and tomorrow and the next day. All right. Song of Joy, Captain and Tennille, $9.99. Solid State, presenting Thad Jones, Mel Lewis, and the Jazz Orchestra, $14.99. Whole Wheat, 100%, $9.99. Who's on here? Is these the artist? Glenn Campbell, Fleetwood Mac? No? Maybe this is the artist, Whole Wheat. Yeah. Maybe these are people who reviewed the album. Glenn Campbell, Fleetwood Mac, Lindsey Buckingham, Liberace. Whole Wheat, Hee Haw, Gospel Quartet, 2nd edition, $9.99. Etta Jones, I'll Be Seeing You, Etta Jones, $14.99. Jocko Rhythm Talk, $12.99. Rise to the Top, $14.99. Who do we have here? This is $24.99. The Mountain Goats, Transcendental Youth, $24.99. Michael Nath on Etta Jones. That's sold to Michael Nath. Let's go ahead and sell Van Halen. Van Halen is sold to Jim Nelson for $72. Did I miss anything else? Track list on Bob James. Give me 1 second on Bob James. Allison, if you commented on the post, I'm sure I've seen it. I posted some pre-orders that I have not even looked at since I posted them. So if you've commented, then I'm sure I've got it. Joy Division 25, 26, 28, now 30. And Josh Ragland wants the Mountain Goats. That's so to Josh Ragland. Let's see. Pinkard and Bowen. That's what I thought. Pinkard and Bowden, PG-13. This is a gold stamp promo, $19.99. $19.99. Let me put up a new auction. We have sold almost all of the Japanese stuff. Elton John is the only thing left. I've been pulling from the front. Let me pull one from the back. Simon and Garfunkel. Another Japanese comp that I've never seen before. $35 start, Simon & Garfunkel. This one's very nice. Like a textured cover. Let's see here. Very cool. Photos of Simon and Garfunkel. Has the Obi. A lot of songs on this one. Wow, 2 LPs. $35 start. Simon and Garfunkel. Yeah, near mint pristine Japanese vinyl. Amazing stuff. Bridge Over Troubled Water, 59th Street, Sounds of Silence, Boxer. It's all on there. $35 start. This one's just called Simon and Garfunkel. 2 LP, Golden Double, Japanese comp. $35 start on that. Jerry Charbuski wants the Pinkard and Bowden. That's sold to Jerry Charbuski. Joy Division's at $31. This is a Joy Division. Looks like an unofficial auto-suggestion, demo, and radio recordings. High bid on that is Fred Carnell at $31. Abbey Road is $39.99. This is a UK pressing. Very clean, very nice UK version of Abbey Road. $39.99. Josh, you did get Mountain Goats, yes. Mark Shelton's going to go ahead and take the Elton John Japanese pressing. This has a really good deep cut on it called Just Like Strange Rain. Very cool Elton John song that I like. That's sold to Mark Shelton for $45. Ryan Foster is first to the Beatles, Abbey Road, UK Press. Nice grab on that. Final call on Joy Division at $31. Henry Gross, Plug Me Into Something. Henry Gross is $9.99. We have Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, Freedom, 12-inch single, $14.99. Grandmaster Flash on the Sugar Hill label. The Dave Brubeck Quartet at Carnegie Hall, 1963 in shrink wrap. Columbia 2i 360 sound, $64.99 in shrink wrap. $64.99. The Beatles, Let It Be, $44.99. That's a 1970 Winchester press. Red Apple label, just like the US pressings. Gatefold, $44.99. 70 Winchester press. Final call on Joy Division, and final call if anybody wants in on Simon and Garfunkel. Meet the Beatles, $39.99. Meet the Beatles, $39.99. This is a 1966 reissue. I guess it has a 6 on the back, and because of the colors, I guess that's West Coast. The West Coast green, I think that's what the green is. Notice how that's a little bit different color than a lot of them. That's a 66 press. Very nice copy, though. $39.99. Kenny Loggins, Alive, $14.99. Kenny Loggins, Alive. Nigel Del Rocket on Meet the Beatles. That's sold to Nigel Del Rocket. Albert Lee, Speechless. Albert Lee is $19.99. And Rick James, Cold Blooded. Rick James is $19.99. Jim Nelson, you were second on Meet the Beatles. Let's go ahead and sell Joy Division for $31 to Fred Carnell. $31 to Fred Carnell. Nigel Del Rocket, of course, got Meet the Beatles. And Simon and Garfunkel. If anybody wants this, it's a $35 buy it now. This is a 2 LP. Very nice Simon and Garfunkel. Ooh, don't want to drop anything. Simon and Garfunkel compilation. $35. Gerard is going to get that. $35 buy it now. That's so to Gerard Cacciatore. All right, let's see. I'm going to pull another Doobie Brothers, and let's do a Eagles. Doobie Brothers and Eagles. Gerard, you got that? Will I bundle the sound effects? Yes, I will. I will. Give me 1 second on that. Eagles, one of these nights, one of these crazy nights, $45 start. We have a near mint pristine Japanese pressing. Super nice vinyl. Very, very clean. There's the lyric insert. And there's the cover with the obi. That is a $45 start. Eagles, one of these nights. And the Doobie Brothers, Toulouse Street. The Doobie Brothers, Toulouse Street. Let's start this one also for $25. This one, no condition notes on the vinyl. Stampede earlier was EX. This one's near mint and pristine. There's the lyric insert. First track is Listen to the Music. Second track is Rolling Down the Highway. It does have a little bit of a fold over or tear here in the obi. You might actually could crease that out when you put it back in the sleeve. Nice gatefold obi. Toulouse Street, $25 start. We got bids on both of them. We'll let those roll. Give me 1 second on the sound effects. I got a couple more records left in here. Mountain Nantucket Sleigh Ride is $29.99. 1971 Monarch with 2 photos and coloring book. This is complete. Nantucket Sleigh Ride, photos and coloring book. Very nice vinyl. Just a little bit of wear on the cover. $29.99 on Mountain. Photos and coloring book. That is sold to Roger Ramjet. I knew someone would claim that probably before I put it back in the crate. And we have Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits Volume 2. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits Volume 2, $39.99. New anti-static sleeves. Very nice vinyl. $39.99 on Dylan's Greatest Hits Volume. Simon & Garfunkel. Yeah. Joy Division was $31 to Fred Carnell. Update on these auctions. We have a near mint Eagles, one of these nights. $46 to Jim Nelson, going twice, going 3 times. The Doobie Brothers to Gerard. No, Derek Hartman was in first. Derek Hartman was in first. Doesn't matter. Gary Francisco's at 26. I didn't pull something earlier, and that was Alvin Lee. I didn't pull that earlier. That was Alvin Lee for Roger Ramjet. I missed that earlier. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. What else in there? Yeah, Roger Ramjet. So he got the current 2 on the table. Mountain and that. Let's go back through that crate one more time. Alan, I never did give you your track listing. Let me make sure you're still watching. When I get back to Bob James, I'll give you your track listing. Stephanie Dillon is $39.99. One more time on this crate. We have the Blasters. Ray Camp, Rockabilly Rebellion, Robert Gordon, Bad Boy, and then the sound effects. Colin, I'll give you a great deal on these. These are on the early Electra, so these are actually earlier records with these sound effects, but let's see. 10, 20, 30, 40. I'll just do 10 a piece on all of them, so you're getting that one half off and $20 off the other ones. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's $50 for the 5. And that's volumes 3, 9, 4, 6, and 7. $50 for those 5. Heck of a deal. He said sold. I figured that would definitely sell them. Couple updates first. Eagles 47, Doobies 28, Eagles 49, Doobies 30, Eagles 50. Stephanie said sold on Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits. That sold to Stephanie Harder. Colin's going to get all the sound effect records for $50. That's 5 sound effect records. You can just mark those 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. High bid on the Doobies is 30, and the Eagles is at 51. Robert Gordon with Link Ray, $14.99. We have Ross Tompkins, Charlie Rich, The Best of Eric Clapton, Lou Reed, Bing Crosby, Bob James Heads. The track list on that is, I don't know if Alan's still watching or not. This is Nightcrawler, You Are So Beautiful, and One Loving Night. And then Heads, We Are All Alone, and I'm In You, Peter Frampton. What's that? No. Yeah, that's Stephanie's a sticker. Colin got those for 50. Final call on the Eagles. One of these nights. Jim Nelson's at $51. And the Doobie Brothers, last bid I seen on that was with Gerard at 30. Captain and Tennille, Song of Joy. Solid State, presenting Thad Jones, Mel Lewis, the Jazz Orchestra. Whole Wheat, Hee Haw Gospel Quartet. Jocko, Rise to the Top. Henry Gross, Grandmaster Flash, the Dave Brubeck Quartet. Let It Be, Kenny Loggins, and Rick James. The Bob James was a Japanese press, $34.99, 1971. Does have some obi damage. Does have some obi and cover damage on that. Vinyl is near mint and pristine. Derek, if you want it for 30, I'm going to sell it to you. If not, I'm going to sell it to Greg Baldwin for 30. So Derek's ballpark. If not, then it'll go to Greg. And Allison Let It Be was $44.99, 1970 Winchester Press. Darren Meyer, the Kenny Loggins, was $14.99. And Rich Russo said 15 on Rick James. I will sell that to you. And Derek says he'll take the, what was we talking about? The Rick James. Let me find it. Or not the Rick James, the Bob James. We got a lot of Jameses. Oh, I've already pulled it out. Let It Be. Okay, yeah, I'm right. So Bob James is $30 to Derek Hartman. Rick James is $15 to Rich Russo. And Darren Meyer is going to get the Kenny Loggins. When I come back with a new crate of records, I'm going to sell the Eagles for $51 to Jim Nelson. And I'm going to sell Gerard, the Doobie Brothers, for $30. All right, let me do some crate condensing. And I'm going to bring over a new crate of Vintage Arrivals. If you're just maybe hopping on, we didn't get started till 9. So you actually hadn't missed a whole lot. That was just only the second crate of new Vintage Arrivals. And we're about to go through our third. I've already been through 2 crates of new vinyl. I may run through those very quickly at the end of the show. We're probably going to stop around 11. And let me see what I've got in this crate right here. That was 30 to Derek Hartman. Yeah. And Rich Russo got Rick James for 15. Let's see what I've got here. Uh-oh, a couple punk records. Yeah, let's go through this crate. I saw some Stevie Ray Vaughan and some Thin Lizzy. Scott Smith wants the Robert Gordon with Link Ray. I'll pull that out of the last spin. Try not to miss a sale. I mean, we don't, except Sundays. We should be live every night this week. If we're not, then something's wrong, or I'm out traveling. Yesterday, I was supposed to go to Ohio and buy a collection, and I had to stay here basically all night. I was here till Sunday morning, till like 11. So just kind of running out of time to travel to buy these collections. But I've been negotiating with somebody in Vermont and in Ohio, North Carolina, South Carolina, North California, Oregon. And it's just like, I'm either going to have to miss a whole week of sales, or I'm going to have to like fly somewhere, buy a collection, and be back in Tennessee and by 7, 8, or 9 o'clock to do a show. So it's kind of getting complex to be able to go buy these collections and also have sales. Sell this to Scott Smith, Link Ray, and we're going to go ahead and end 2 auctions. Let's sell the Doobie Brothers to Jim Nelson for $51. Eagles. What did I say? The Eagles, the Jim Nelson for $51. Yes, Eagles, one of these nights. That's Jim Nelson's for $51. And the Doobie Brothers is sold to Gerard Cacciatore for $30. That is sold to Gerard for $30. Those are done. Let me put up 2 new ones before we start this crate. Is the Maggot Brain for sale? Yes, this is $59.99. Remastered from new high resolution analog transfers. Includes bonus Maggot Brain 12-inch with 2017 reworked by Detroiters remix and 71 live performance. 2 LP, 180-gram vinyl. It does have a dinged or creased corner. $59.99. I need a second salesman. Well, I mentioned that to a couple people the other day, and they said they would protest. So, I don't know. It's going to happen eventually. There'll be some nights before long where it won't be Chad selling records. We'll have somebody else. But don't worry. It won't be permanent. It'll just be whenever I'm out buying records. But I know it's really going to freak some of y'all out. So just go ahead and take a deep breath and know it's going to happen. Not every day Chad's going to be here selling records. So it's going to completely freak some people out. But yes, there'll be some nights where there'll be somebody else on here selling records. I don't know who or when or where, but I promise they'll be speaking English, and they'll be just as nice and probably even nicer than I am. It might be Seth. Right, Seth? Seth said he would do it. How are you going to buy when your back room is full and not gone through yet? Well, there's something I've learned in buying and selling collectibles. You always have to be buying. Even if you have no room to put stuff, if you're not out buying, you're losing. So you don't make money selling stuff. You make money when you buy it. So we have to always be buying. Even though we've got 100,000 LP, 10,000 CDs, 50,000 45s, all this stuff boxed up, posters, toys. If you're not buying, you're not making money. So we have to always be buying. Next Japanese auction is a Billy Squier, Emotions in Motion, a near mint, pristine Billy Squier, Emotions in Motion. This is a $35 start. $35 start. $35 start. There's the Japanese insert. Very, very nice. And yeah, overall, this is a near mint copy. Covers near mint, vinyl's near mint. Very, very nice. $35 start on that. $35 start on Billy Squier, Emotions in Motion. Okay, I haven't had this in a while. Maybe only one time before. This is Peter Frampton A&M Gold Series. Peter Frampton. This should be a Peter Frampton comp. Japanese pressing. Yeah, Show Me the Way, Baby I Love Your Way. This is a Peter Frampton comp. $35 start. It looks like it's got promo markings. Just now catching that. Looks like it has promo markings on the LP. $45 start. There's an A&M Gold Series solicitation. Man, how would you like to have that? A Pablo Cruz A&M Gold Series compilation. Put that on my wish list. I didn't know they made that. They made a Styx one. A Styx one. Steph says he's got the Styx. Wow. What are you doing keeping something like that? Seth said he's got the Pablo. I'm going to listen. I'm probably going to raid Seth's house one night, like the FBI or something, and he won't know what hit him. But he'll wake up and all of his records will be here the next night for sale. So just plan on that night. It'll be a fun. I'll even go live when I'm raiding his house. You know, we'll just start selling them then. Peter Frampton's a $35 start. Okay, let me see what I've got here. Make sure I didn't miss any comments. Someone's going to have to fire Seth. Yeah, whoever's selling records will have to also fire him. James Braggs at 37 on Billy Squier. Let's see. I'll come down and put a ski mask on to help. Yep. We'll have lots of volunteers to rob Seth. 88 Basie Street, Count Basie and his Orchestra, 1999. Yeah, Seth will wake up, hit his head, and he won't know what's going on anyway. 1999, 88 Basie Street, Count Basie and his Orchestra. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Couldn't Stand the Weather, $64.99. Couldn't Stand the Weather picture disc, $64.99. Couldn't Stand the Weather picture disc. Cal Jader, Gazami Piro Ya. Wow, 1999. Billy Squier is at $37. No bid yet. No bid yet on Peter Frampton. State False Power, 1987 sealed, $34.99. State False Power, $34.99. Urban URBN DK, Urban Decay Innocent Victims, $29.99. When do tracking numbers go out after payment? Between 48 hours and 7 days. Somewhere between then. Between 48 hours and 7 days. And that's this week because we got 2 full-time shippers. Yes, you'll get a tracking number when it has shipped. But yeah, 48 hours to a week. So just making sure we do that just to cover. We don't want you to have high hopes that it's going to be next day. It's going to be a while. But we have 2 full-time shippers this week, so things should be going a little bit faster. It'll be closer to the 72-hour range than a week. 2009 gray vinyl. I don't know who this is. Wrath, Rebellious as F-U-C-K. I was about to say funk, but there's not an N in there. It's just F-U-C-K. 1999. Rebellious AF. 1999. X-Craw. Extinct. 1999. 2014 red vinyl. Very scary looking. Geriatric Unit. Nuclear Accidents EP. 1999. Not 2007 clear vinyl. Peter Frampton is a $35 start, and we're on our final call for Billy Squire. Billy Squires with James Bragg at 37. That's a final call. I got my invoice today, but it didn't list the Funko. Will be a separate invoice. No, it won't. One or two things: either you didn't get one, or we forgot to put it on there. It's probably more likely you didn't get one. So you might want to message us and say you're missing that if you haven't already. This is called F-U-C-K Now Denial, 1999 from 2011. The Best of Freddie King, $29.99. The Best of Freddie King, $29.99. Oi Poiloi, Unite and Win, $49.99 from 1987. Where is Mike Massey at? Oi, $49.99. Brent Rabley, first to Freddie King. Billy Squires at 38. Peter Frampton's at 37. This is the artist that I hate saying their name. Triumvirate. Spartacus. That is $19.99. Lots of punk and hardcore in there that I'm probably not going to read again. Eighth Day is $49.99. Eighth Day in shrink wrap. Very nice copy. Eighth Day, $49.99. Scott Smith wants the Triumvirate. You just got to say it slowly. Triumvirate. That's sold to Scott Smith. High bid on Peter Frampton's 38. James Bragg's at 41 on Billy Squires. Yvette wants Oi. Oi Poi. That's sold to Yvette. Be lucky Mike Massey's not on tonight. He would have bought all those. James Taylor, That's Why I'm Here. In shrink wrap, $14.99 with hype sticker. $14.99, James Taylor. That's Why I'm Here. I've never seen one with the hype sticker. I might keep that if no one buys it. 10 Years of Harmony, The Beach Boys, $29.99, gold stamp promo. Billy Squire, 41. Hector, let me know if you're in or out. Tony's at 40 on Peter Frampton. The London Symphony Orchestra, Zappa Volume 1, $49.99. And the Cars, Heartbeat City. We sold a Japanese pressing first thing tonight. There's a nice, clean U.S. press, $34.99. Looney Tunes, Merry Melodies, $49.99. That's all, folks, is what it says on the back. Looks like a 3 or 4 LP box set with book. There's Black Sabbath Paranoid. Has nothing to do with this record. I guess this is just a catalog of some sort. No. I'm totally confused. This has nothing to do with Looney Tunes. This is a sampler. That's why I was like, why is Black Sabbath being advertised in here? This is, this is a sampler. You got Black Sabbath, Faces, Little Feat, Fleetwood Mac, Jimi Hendrix, Gordon Lightfoot, Grateful Dead. This is a comp. I thought it had something to do with Looney Tunes. I was completely wrong. Little Richard, Grateful Dead, Van Morrison, The Kinks, Arlo Guthrie. These discs are like unplayed too. Green Warner Brothers label. John Simon, Ry Cooder, Sabbath, Beaver and Crawls, James Taylor, Harper's Bazaar, Van Dyke Parks, The Persuasions. This is sold to Michelle Phillips. Looney Tunes box set. That's sold to Michelle Phillips. Michelle, that is yours. Okay, let's get everybody updated on our 2 Japanese auctions. We've got Peter Frampton. Tony Murphy's out. Mark Shelton's at $41 for the Peter Frampton A&M Gold Series Peter Frampton comp. Then we got Billy Squire. High bid is Hector at $42. James Bragg, you're out. Let me know if you want to bid again or if you're out for good. The other box set is the Elvis Presley Story. The Elvis Presley Story. This is the RCA Special Products, $29.99. This is an Elvis Presley compilation box set, $29.99. James Bragg is back in at $44. Hector, you're out. He's bidding on YouTube and Facebook. 2 knockouts from the Trooper, $9.99. This is a Trooper 12-inch single. Now Hector's out on Billy Squire. That means we can do a final call on Billy Squire and a final call on Peter Frampton. Joe Cocker, A to Z, 12-inch single promo, $9.99. Brent Rabley. Yes. Still Soupy after all these years. Soupy sales, $14.99. Dennis Miller with the photo inserts, $14.99. He really did a Beatles. He embossed it just like the White Album in the same font, and then he included 4 pictures of himself. He replicated the White Album. This, I can promise you, didn't sell as well. Dennis Miller, the Off-White Album, $14.99. Embossed cover, includes photos of them, $14.99. That is sold to Yvette Vergara. Soldier of Love. Soldier of Love. What do we have here? $39.99. It's definitely some kind of unofficial. Soldier of Love and Not Since the Days of Mary Jane. I'll Be There. Ed Sullivan, Do the Oz. This is the Beatles. This is a Beatles unofficial. $39.99. Price on the box. The Elvis Presley box was $29.99. Emmylou Harris, Quarter Moon in a 10-cent Town. Emmylou Harris is $14.99. Count Basie, Kansas City 7, $29.99. Count Basie, that's on the Pablo label, $29.99. British Archive Series, Blues Collectors. This is $24.99. Albert Lee, Dave Kelly, Rod Stewart, Paul Williams, Eric Clapton, Jimmy Page, $24.99. Elvis Moody Blue, Blue Vinyl. Boy, this feels heavy. $34.99. $34.99. Elvis Moody Blue, $34.99. Okay, time to end some auctions. Peter Frampton is sold to Mark Shelton for $41. That's sold to $41 to Mark Shelton, and Billy Squire is sold to James Bragg for $44. He says it took a while for the bid to come in on YouTube. That's okay. Excuse me 1 second while I take a drink of water. Doing okay over there, Seth? It's just me and Seth tonight. Tanner is probably sending you an invoice right now so you can get us paid from last week's. Chili Whack, Lights from the Valley. Chili Whack is $9.99. Chili Whack, $9.99. Eric Clapton, Behind the Sun, gold stamp promo featuring the hit Forever Man, $34.99. Thin Lizzy, Rosalie, 12-inch single promo, and the Cowboy Song and The Boys Are Back in Town. Boy, that's a good one. 3-track Thin Lizzy promo, $19.99. Doug Kershaw, Ragin' Cajun, $19.99. Thin Lizzy is sold to Scott Smith. Bo Diddley, Have Guitar, Will Travel, $124.99. Have Guitar, Will Travel, Bo Diddley, $124.99. 1960 mono. 1960 mono. And this is an unusually nice copy. I mean, an oddly very nice copy. 1960 mono. Bo Diddley, Have Guitar, Will Travel. Scott got Thin Lizzy, Michael Naff second, Jason Kenton third, Stacy fourth. Never got Madonna slip mat. One or two things. It got left out somewhere. We didn't get you tagged for one, or jetted. You might want to really inspect your order. I think there's been, we've had some messages this week, people saying they're missing something, like a 45 or a, I know I did see one slip mat message pop up. Make sure you look down in your sleeves. Doug sometimes even puts them between gatefolds, especially 45s. If you get a CD from us, any kind of slip mat, make sure you check that. Deja Vu, no alarms, and it's autographed. Deja Vu, no alarms, and it's autographed. $9.99. Red Square, born in the USSR. Red Square, born in the USSR, $9.99. The Bo Diddley was $124.99. No condition notes. It's nice. It's hard to call one of these things near mint, but for this record, unbelievably nice. That's EX Plus for sure. Fats Domino, 1956 red label mono, $74.99. Fats Domino, self-titled, first track, Blueberry Hill. Red mono imperial label, extremely nice, $74.99. Get Away with Fats Domino, $24.99, 1965, ABC Paramount label. Rust Never Sleeps, Neil Young, $34.99. Rust Never Sleeps, Neil Young, $34.99. Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, $19.99. Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, $19.99. Love Me Tender, B.B. King, $19.99. And Nilsson Sings Newman. Nilsson Sings Newman, $19.99. Orange RCA label. I'm going to read through those titles one more time. We don't have any Japanese auctions going. What the heck? Y'all didn't even say anything either. We got Phil Collins, and we got another Doobie Brothers. I'm pulling from the back of the crate now. Then I'm going to go back up front. We'll do some stuff from the front of the crate. Let's see here. Let's do first Doobie Brothers, Taking It to the Streets. Very nice copy. This is going to be a $35 start. $35 start for the Doobie Brothers, Taking It to the Streets. $35 start. There's the LP, Near Mint Minus. It's got two Japanese in the same one. It's got two. They put an extra one in that one, so you get two of the same insert. Gatefold cover with Obi. That sounded nice. Did you hear that? Sounded like it hadn't been open in a long time. This one doesn't show much signs of wear at all. That is a $35 start. And Phil Collins, No Jacket Required. This is going to be a $40 start. Very nice copy. Near mint and pristine. Phil Collins. There is the inner sleeve. That's the insert. Excuse me. Insert. Japanese insert. Very nice cover. $40 and $35 starts on those. Phil Collins and Taking It to the Streets. Roy Edmonds gets the B.B. King, Love Me Tender. And Brent Rabley wants a Soupy, a Dennis, a Bo, and Fats bundle. Wow. Okay. Let me pull those out as I'm going back through the bin. We have 88 Basie Street, Count Basie. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Couldn't Stand the Weather picture disc. Cal Jader. And then some of these here. I can't really make out the names. I'm not going to try to again. Plus some of them are kind of adult only. Eighth Day. James Taylor. Beach Boys. Zappa. The Cars. Elvis Presley Story box set. Trooper. Joe Cocker. There's Soupy. Dennis Miller. What's on the Zappa? Zappa is the London Symphony Orchestra, Zappa Volume 1. Sad Jane, Pedro's Dowry, Envelopes, Moe and Herb's Vacation, first movement, second movement, and third movement. SRV info, please. That is a Stevie Ray Vaughan picture disc of Couldn't Stand the Weather. It's in its original plastic and part of the original sticker that came with it. That is $64.99. Soupy Dennis Bow Fats bundle for Brent. I'm pulling those as I get to them. There's a Beatles unofficial. Emmylou Harris, Count Basie, the British Archive series compilation, Blues. Can't believe no one got that. $24.99. Elvis Moody Blue, Chili Whack, Eric Clapton, Doug Kershaw. Yes, I forgot to pull Dennis Miller. Thank you, Jeff. Dennis Miller. Red Square, Bo Diddley, Fats Domino, Neil Young, Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Nilsson Sings Newman. Cars, Price, and Tracks. The Cars is $34.99, and all the tracks are good. Let's see, Brent. We have 25 and 75. These are the sticker prices. 125. And we've got 15 and 15. 12, 12, 24, 120, 24, 144, 144, 60, 204, 214, 214, and 20, 214, 20, 234, $230. $230 on those. That is a Fats, a Bo, a Dennis, and a Soupy. Whatever I just said. $230. Don't let me forget that. $230. Patrick Lear says he would give $30 for Eric Clapton. $30 for Clapton. What was that? Let's see here. Where did you see that at? It's not in this crate. And then Jackie, yeah, the Cars. That's the only one I didn't officially answer. The Cars is $34.99. If you want actual hits on this song, on this album, You Might Think, Heartbeat City, of course, Hello Again, Drive, Magic. The whole album's great, though. That's $34.99. Oh, Behind the Sun, yes. Sell that to Patrick Lear for $30. Patrick, that's yours for $30. See what Brent says on the bundle deal. Anybody else on anything in here? He says middle, front. Patrick, I got that. We're going to sell these to Brent Rabley for $215. That bundle there. That's sold to Brent Rabley. And I'm going to go ahead and make these a buy it now if anybody wants them. We have Phil Collins, no jacket required. If anybody wants that for $40. $40. Now's the time. You can buy it. And if anybody wants the Doobie Brothers, $35. So Phil Collins, no jacket required, $40 buy it now. And Doobie Brothers, Taking It to the Streets. That's a $35. All right. So, we got Patrick Lear for Eric Clapton for $30. Brent Rabley got the bundle there for $215. Jackie Reynolds says $30 for Cars. Let's sell that to Jackie Reynolds for $30. Alice Lowry is going to get the Phil Collins for a buy it now of $40. And Mark Shelton is going to get the Doobie Brothers for a buy it now of $35. And I think we're caught up. One more time reading these titles. If anybody wants anything, now is the time. We have Nilsson Sings Newman, Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Neil Young, Red Square. That was Deja Vu. Doug Kershaw, Chili Whack. Elvis, British Archive series, Count Basie, Emmylou Harris, Beatles Unofficial, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Zappa, Joe Cocker, Trooper, Elvis, Beach Boys, James Taylor, Eighth Day. And then also somebody wanted a bundle on these. Yes, bundle on Punk Records, Derek Hartman. 5. 35. Yeah. And Phil was 40. Yeah, Punk, sure thing. This is for Derek Hartman. 35, 30, 20, 20, 20. Let's see here. That's 35, 65, 85, 105, 125, 145. 145, 10 would be about 15. We'll do 30, which would be about 20% off. So we'll say approximately $120. That's $25 off. That's like you're getting one for free. $120 on those, Derek Hartman. $120 on those. How much for the Elvis album and box set? The box set is $29.99. The Elvis Presley Story, RCA Special Products, that is $29.99. And the Moody Blue was $34.99. Very nice copy. Very nice copy. Vinyl feels very heavy. And then the Beach Boys was called 10 Years of Harmony. Beach Boys 10 Years of Harmony, gold stamp promo, $29.99. 10 Years of Harmony, $29.99. Mm-hmm. Yep. Those are all Brents for $215. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Those are Brents. Okay. That crate is done unless somebody comes back on something. 110. Let me figure out what that would be. That's 35. Let's see. 65. 85, 105, 125. So 15, 30, 60, 85, 115. Yeah, sure. Go ahead and sell those to Derek Hartman. Derek Hartman gets this bundle deal. Punk, Hardcore, 110. Plus, I won't have to read those titles again, which will be good for everybody. 110 on those. Alrighty, let me grab another crate of new arrivals and see what we've got. Thanks for those that hopped on. Sometimes we know starting late, and we're definitely not getting out of the habit of starting at 7, but until things resume back like normal pace here, we may be starting at odd times. It's still a 7 o'clock start, and actually we've said it a couple times. We're going to start trying to start earlier. We're going to try our best to start earlier a couple times. So let me see which crate I want to go through next. Probably this one right here. We're going to try our best to go through, start early, to make up for some of these late starts. So I'm not for sure, but they're all Derek's for 110. Looking for my first order. Well, let me ask you this. Are you saying you're looking for an invoice or you're looking for a tracking number? So let me know what you mean there. Because I know you wanted one of those rush box sets where you may not have even been invoiced for one yet because we may not have them in. Next two Japanese pressings. We've got, what do we have here? Let's see, Bon Jovi and Power Station. That's the next two in the back here. Invoice. Was it for a rush box set? Because I think you want a waiting list for that, which means I don't think we've got them in. Okay, next two Japanese auctions. We've got the Power Station is a $35 start. Power Station is a $35 start. Near mint pristine Japanese vinyl. There is the lyric insert, Power Station. Near mint and pristine. Very nice cover. Overall, this is a near mint copy. Near mint copy. The Power Station, $35 start. Bon Jovi, 7,800 degrees Fahrenheit. Bon Jovi, 7,800 degrees Fahrenheit is a $55 start. A $55 start for Bon Jovi, 7,800 degrees Fahrenheit. There's the near mint LP. There is the Japanese insert. And there is the cover with Obi. $55 on that. What is the Rush CD doing? The Rush CD can be yours, Floyd, for $14.99. New and sealed. That is a $14.99. Buy it now. Whoville says 4 or 5 albums last Tuesday. You probably haven't gotten yet. I think Tanner is sending invoices right now. We had, like 3 weeks ago, we had an all-time sales record. We pretty much matched that this week with number of customers. So invoicing has been going on for about 12 hours today, and I don't think we're done yet. And so a lot of the people who get them via email usually get them last because we do all the Facebook inboxing first in alphabetical order. So Whoville, you probably hadn't got it yet. That's probably why you don't have it yet. Looking for Steely Dan, The Royal Scam. I don't have a copy available. I wish. Okay. Power Station 35, Bon Jovi 55. We're probably going to go through one more crate of new vintage arrivals for tonight. Take a little while to go through all these. And we still got 4 more to go through. We'll have another show Tuesday night. In the meantime, we're going to go through these, maybe a little bit more. And we got some new Japanese pressings. Little River Band is $9.99. That is the self-titled Little River Band. $9.99. Little River Band. The James Gang 16 Greatest Hits, $19.99. It has some cover damage. It's gotten some cover damage right here. The vinyl is very clean and very nice. 2 LP, James Gang 16 Greatest Hits, $19.99. Mott the Hoople. I've never seen this one before. $24.99. Mott the Hoople. Wow, with like an alternate cover. I think I've had that album, but just not with that cover. $24.99. $24.99. Booker T and the MGs, the Booker T set. $19.99. Woody Woodbury, Looks at Love and Life. $9.99. Okay. Let's see. Martin Pryor, Bon Jovi. Floyd Furman says Rush. Sold. Rush CD sold to Floyd Furman. Bob Riger gets the Little River Band. Michael Nath on Mott the Hoople. Colin Butler on Booker T. And Roger Ramjet second. Roger Ramjet second on Booker T. So Floyd got the Rush CD. Bob Riger got Little River Band. Michael Nath got Mott the Hoople. And Colin got Booker T. Final call on Bon Jovi. Another BJ. Bon Jovi. Martin Pryor's at $60. A near mint pristine. 7,800 degrees Fahrenheit. That's going twice, going 3 times to Martin Pryor. We have Power Station with Greg Neal, $35. Power Station with Greg Neal, $35, going twice, going 3 times. James Bragg takes the James Gang. That just leaves Woody Woodbury. Judy's last performance, her very last recording, Judy, London, 1969, $9.99. $9.99. Judy, That's Entertainment, $9.99. That was Judy London. This is Judy Garland. Judy London and Judy Garland. We also got Rita Coolidge, $9.99. Love Me Again. Roberta Flack, Feel Like Making Love, covering Bad Company, $19.99. Just joking. She's not covering Bad Company. Roberta Flack, Feel Like Making Love, $19.99. The City, $24.99. The City, Now That Everything's Been Said, $24.99. Lou Reed, New Sensations. Lou Reed, New Sensations, $34.99. Hoyt Axton, Road Songs, contains the best of Hoyt Axton. This is sealed from 1977 with the Ernest Tubb the Ernest Tubb, Nashville, Tennessee record shop sticker, $24.99. Michael Nath wants the Judy London. That's sold to Michael Nath, and the Roberta Flack. And I think the A comment was just a stray mark. So those are sold to Michael Nath and Michael Nath, and these auctions are sold to, let's see. This is sold to Martin Pryor at $60. Yeah, Martin Pryor, $60. And the Power Station is sold to Greg Neal for $35. Those are sold and sold. Yeah, let me double check Judy, because I was looking at that when I was laying it over there, and it says Judy, London. So I think this is Judy Garland in London. Let me double check that first. Yeah, I think this is Judy Garland in, Over the Rainbow, for sure. Let me know if you still want that, Michael Nath. This is Judy Garland in London, not Judy London. Judy Garland in London, 1969. So Michael Nath just got that one Roberta Flack and then the two auctions. Yes, thank you, Marty Ellis. That caught me by surprise too. Next two Japanese auctions, we have another Simon & Garfunkel comp that I've never seen before, and a Led Zeppelin coda. A Led Zeppelin coda. All right, so first is another. This is about the 11th or 12th different one we've had as far as covers. It's usually all the same songs, just different covers and maybe different order of the songs. This is called All About Simon & Garfunkel. All About Simon & Garfunkel. One of the most prolific songwriting duos, probably next to McCartney and Lennon and, I don't know, Jagger and Richards. Pristine, Japanese vinyl, 2 LP. Lyric book, $35 start. This also has a cardboard insert that's removable. I see writing on the inside of it. I don't want to take it out. But that also really stiffens the cover to make it very sturdy. It's in shrink wrap, $35 start. And a Led Zeppelin coda. A Led Zeppelin coda, $55 start. Now, the cover, well, first, the important part, the vinyl, near mint pristine Japanese vinyl, as expected. We have the original inner sleeve, Poor Tom. The Led Zeppelin coda insert, and the cover has a little bit of wear up here and a little bit of wear right here, and it's a little bit discolored along the top. It's supposed to be the same color here consistently. You see it, a little bit of fading up here at the top. There's the really cool gatefold of all the pictures, the Nebworth photograph. $55 start on Led Zeppelin coda. Goffin and King would be up there too, yes. McCartney, Simon & Garfunkel, McCartney, Lennon, Goffin and King, Jagger and Richards. Who else? Just duos. Back to the new arrivals. The Fugs' first album, $49.99. The Fugs, $49.99. Walk the Moon, 1987 sealed, $19.99 with hype sticker. Anthony Phillips, Private Parts and Pieces, $14.99. Pearls Before Swine, Thos Rap, City of Gold, $24.99. Herb Albert's Tijuana Brass, $19.99. I guess you could say Page and Plant. I mean, you know, they did write some of the biggest songs and best-selling albums of all time. Herb Albert's Ninth, $19.99. Mahalia, $14.99. Mahalia Jackson, $14.99. Columbia 2i mono in shrink wrap. Very nice vinyl. The Winnings, Let My People Go, $9.99. Another one, the Win-Ans maybe. Decisions, $9.99. Mahalia Jackson, Every Time I Feel the Spirit, $9.99. James Taylor, Mud Slide Slim. This is an original Green Warner Brothers label. $24.99. Does have a little bit of cover damage right here. The Winans. Thank you, John and Gary. Rod Stewart, Never a Dull Moment, $19.99. Never a Dull Moment, $19.99. The Dave Clark 5's All-Time Greatest Hits. This is a 1975 white label promo, $39.99. Dave Clark 5's All-Time Greatest Hits white label promo, $39.99. Alice Cooper, Muscle of Love, $49.99. $49.99. Slim Harpo, $19.99. Harpo. The Living Legend of Roy Orbison, $19.99. Roy Orbison Regeneration, $19.99. 10 Years After is a 1969 German press, $24.99. 10 Years After, $24.99 on the Durham label. That's a German press. Bill Haley Scrapbook is $14.99. Roy Orbison Laminar Flow, $19.99. Roy Gallagher Against the Grain, $19.99. Roy Loney, and the Phantom Movers, The Scientific Bombs Away, 1988 Australian, $34.99. And REO Speedwagon, Lost in a Dream, $19.99. Okay, I think Jedit wants the Winans. Jedit, let me know if you want one or both. I've got Let My People Go and Decisions. Let me know which one you want, or if you want both. That's to Jedit. Roger Ramjet gets 10 Years After. That's sold to Roger Ramjet. That's for sure. Michael Nath is going to get the Roy Gallagher. Random, but any more Bill Withers from the other night. Bill Withers, the on sale new vinyl crate. Let's see. I still got Bowie over here. Neil Young. No. I got one copy of Bill Withers Adjustments. And that's the only Bill Withers I have left. The Plus Adjustments or Adjustments. I don't think we ever figured that one out. Yes, this Alice Cooper is actually in really good condition. See? Strong box. This is how this album originally came. A lot of people don't realize what this is. This is an Al Cooper studio album. It's called Muscle of Love. This is from Steve Cole, the Atlanta collection. It has the insert with it. The box has just a stain at the bottom, but that is very nice. Those two, Roy Gallagher went to Michael Nath, and Roger Ramjet wants 10 Years After. Adjustments. There you go, Adjustments. That wasn't Slim Harpo, that was Harpo Marx of the Marx Brothers playing harp. There you have it. This is Harpo Marx playing a harp. Wow. 1999. Thank you, JDH. And then the Winans. The Winans is Decisions. That's so dejected. The stain is printed on the box? You're joking. It's made like that? Wow. So that's a really nice copy. Jedit got that. Yeah. We got some... I'm finding out a lot of stuff tonight. As usual. I buy and sell thousands of records a week. And I usually learn stuff live while we're selling them. Let's see. The Bill Withers we have is a Music on Vinyl press. Music on Vinyl press. Okay, Simon & Garfunkel's a buy it now if anybody wants it for $35. Simon & Garfunkel and Led Zeppelin's a buy it now for $55. Yeah, you're going to get a lot of education here. There's some people that are watching that were buying records long before I was born. And so they were there in the moment. They've been collecting long before I was born. I've tried to learn a lot in my last 10, 12 years. I've been doing this pretty heavily, but I find out something new every day. It's incredible. Most things I'm pretty knowledgeable in, especially the classic rock and a little bit of metal, but you know, all the late 60s. So Chad just called us old. Yep, I'm sorry. Y'all are all old and I'm just a young entered apprentice. Let's see. Tony says there's no stain on his copy. I was about to say, of course, usually when somebody makes a suggestion for something, I don't think all of them have stains. I'll put that out there. I don't think all of those have stains. Some people, maybe the first presses did, but I don't think all of those have stains. So maybe just the stain box was the first presses. We might have figured something out there. So let me figure out where we got. That was music on vinyl. Tony said no stain on my copy. Sean says that's why he watches. Michael Laurie, The Muscle of Love was $49.99. Michael Laurie, $49.99. Do you still have the self-titled Sublime album? Yes, I do. Sublime is $44.99. It's right here. Sublime is $44.99. Who just asked that? Greg Stone. Greg, let me know if you want that. Mark Shelton got the Coda Japanese for $55. Let's see here. Pearls Before Swine. Give me a second on that. And Mark Shelton, you got that. Okay. So I think what we've learned is the Alice Cooper, some of these came with stains intentionally. So now when I show one, I can say like, that's an original press. And that's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming maybe the first run of these, or maybe a bunch of them got stained at the factory. I don't know. I don't think they come sealed either. Yeah, I think I've had a partially sealed one. So, Brent, I will sell this to you for $45. I'll sell that to you for $45, Brent Ravely. Greg Stone gets the Sublime. And I'm going to run through these titles one last time, see what everybody wants. I saw a couple questions. I have to find them. Let me do that as I go through them. Woody Woodbury, Judy Garland, Rita Coolidge, The City, Lou Reed, Hoyt Axton, Judy Garland, The Fugs, Walk the Moon, Anthony Phillips, Pearls Before Swine. This is City of Gold, Pearls Before Swine. City of Gold. It's on the Tan Reprise label. Brent Ravely gets this for $45. Brent Ravely gets this for $45. That's the Alice Cooper Muscle of Love with the stained box. I don't think all of them are stained. I think some people are probably looking at theirs right now. I know I've had some and they don't have that stain at the bottom. It may be represses or different versions, but I don't think they all do. I will put money on that. Herb Albert, South of the Border. Herb Albert's Ninth. Mahalia Jackson. Mahalia Jackson. James Taylor. Rod Stewart. Dave Clark 5. The Living Legend of Roy Orbison. Roy Orbison. Bill Haley Scrapbook. Roy Orbison. Roy Looney, or Loney, one of the two. REO Speedwagon, Lost in a Dream. Surprised no one got that. Not one we get in very often. Orange Epic label. Covers about VG Plus. And this is $19.99. Harpo and the Winans. Charlie DeFrank, that Pearls Before Swine was $19.99. About a VG Plus cover with a clip corner. Vinyl is EX Plus to Near Mint Minus. Side 1 is Near Mint Minus. Side 1 is EX Plus to Near Mint Minus. $19.99 on that Charlie DeFrank. The only Japanese pressing that did not sell tonight was Simon & Garfunkel. All About Simon & Garfunkel. And that is a $35 buy it now. $35 buy it now. If anybody wants that. Charlie DeFrank is going to get the Pearls Before Swine. Jesse, I think Rod Stewart was a very nice copy. This one opens from the top, or at least the disc comes out from the top. Yes, that's the original Mercury label for that record, and that is a very nice copy. Has the flip open cover like that, $19.99. That is $19.99. Let's see here. Get that back in its sleeve. How much? Yes. Yes. How much was The City? Remember reading that? That was The City. This is $24.99. $24.99. The City. Now that everything's been said. Sell Jesse Hood, Rod Stewart for $15. How do you bet? How do you buy? If you want to buy, just comment whatever you want. Donald, you have found us at the very end of a show, but if you want anything in here, just let me know. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to run through the new vinyl from tonight, which is like a half crate, just one more time for those that joined late. We said we was going to stop at 11. We're about to start a project in our back room that's like I'm going to do tonight. It's going to be a huge ordeal. Plus, we got a late start. I still got 4 crates of new arrivals to go through, but we're having another show tomorrow. We're having another show tomorrow at 7, or hopefully earlier and not late. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 5 more shows this week. Every night, Japanese auctions. We'll have some new stuff come in. New vintage arrivals, new vinyl, all week, just like tonight for the rest of the week. John Porter gets REO Speedwagon for $15. The Simon & Garfunkel was a 2LP Japanese comp. It's called All About Simon & Garfunkel, 2LP in Shrink and Obi. That's a $35 buy it now. $35 buy it now on Simon & Garfunkel. Let me condense this. We have sold, I think, we went through 4 crates of new vintage arrivals, and we got 2 crates left. So we've told 2 crates of new vintage arrivals, it looks like. And then here was all the new vinyl from tonight. One more time, so I know what to order. We take waiting list on stuff. I'll be putting in an order tonight. I put in orders every night. We had Crocus Headhunter. That's the new Crocus. 40th anniversary, $1,500 on silver and black marbled vinyl, $44.99. Wasp Inside the Electric Circus, $39.99. Judas Priest Unleashed in the East, $28.99. That's my last copy. Clint is going to take the Simon & Garfunkel for $35. We have Steve Miller Band, $36.99. Wasp, The Best of the Best, $46.99. Wasp Live in the Raw, $46.99. Def Leppard, $49.99. Soundgarden, $49.99, Super Unknown. Rush, the Agora Ballroom Concert, 1974, 2LP white vinyl, $44.99. Hanoi Rocks, new release from Music on Vinyl, 2 Steps from the Move, limited to 2,000, red vinyl, $44.99. Stevie Ray Vaughan and Albert King, $34.99. Arcade Fire, Funeral, $28.99. Kiss Unmasked. Kiss Unmasked. That is $33.99. Kiss, $33.99. We got 4 of those left. We had 15 come in, so we got 11. We've sold 11 already tonight. Devin Reese wants a Hanoi Rocks. Sell that to Devin. Devin, that's sold to you. And Chris Kirkley wants a Def Leppard Hysteria. That's sold to Chris Kirkley. We got 2 copies left of the Now Yearbook 86. That's the one that was supposed to come out 2 weeks ago. We just got the rest of those in. 3LP purple vinyl, $59.99. And Off is $31.99. Off is $31.99. We don't have any Japanese left that didn't sell. Everything sold tonight. I still got a half of a crate. I've got 4 crate of vintage arrivals. And then that crate I posted in the hot picture, the crate I posted in the hot picture with the Japanese rock and roll over, that crate wasn't even ready yet. And I think there's a couple Kiss Japanese pressings in there. Those will be ready by Tuesday or Wednesday. But we still got more tonight we didn't get through and more new vintage arrivals. So Seth said he'll have those ready for tomorrow night's show. So we'll be back live tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Sorry for the short show, but we were a little understaffed tonight and almost unprepared. But we can always go live. We have enough records laying around here, and we price enough every day. We can always go live. But it was just me and Seth, and that's what I was glad we were able to do something. I don't like missing a night now. We try to do 5 or 6 nights every week. So that's the one I want. It'll be out tomorrow night for auction. How much was Off? Sean, Off was $31.99. That come out a couple weeks ago. That was a restock. $31.99. Thanks for those that did tune in. Sorry again for the late start. Hopefully we can get back to a 7 o'clock punctual weekly or nightly start, maybe even earlier to make up for some of these late ones. So we'll have plenty to show. I'm going to start working on digging out stuff at the back room tonight because you can't walk back there. So thanks everybody for tuning in. If you need anything, let us know, message us. I think Tanner is still sending invoices right now. So you're probably getting an invoice for last week's orders, and we're already started on this week's. And Doug and Ed are shipping every day this week. Box after box after box. So that's what we're doing. Okay, Kyle says us old folk have to go to bed. My day is getting started, technically. I'll be up for a long time, probably for another 12 or 14 hours. Thanks, everybody. See you tomorrow, 7 o'clock or earlier.